Welcome back
Welcome.
to what, guys?
What?
TAE
What is
Time
this?
Podcast.
Oh my
Know
days.
the
Look at
vibe.
this. I bet you've
Finally.
never seen this. 4 people on the podcast at the same time.
It's a big
Holy
day.
shit.
That's a
No.
first.
That's a first. Actually, that is the first. Actually, this is the first time we've had like 4 people on the podcast at the same time.
Jesus, setting
Damn.
records.
Yeah.
You're setting records, so you better come correct. Let me know that. So
No, and obviously we picked the best two.
The only.
I'm sorry to your other friends. but,
yeah,
You know.
they'll get that. You
they'll
guys
get
can
their chance to shine.
you guys can compete actually, because that's what like. How many times did Henry come on? Once or twice? Once.
Yeah.
And then Willie come on twice, and they compete about like what numbers they get on their stuff. So you guys can compete as who's the better duo.
Well, there's
Yeah,
two
yeah.
people now, so there's
Yeah.
hopefully it does better than more people on the show.
Counting, like clip views. and
Yeah,
one per one,
literally
but-
it's like, yo, yeah, I have more views. Oh no, it's actually so.
Now I'm
funny.
gonna send this shit to my whole family.
Yeah.
Watch this.
Get the whole big family involved. Increase the
Get those
numbers.
numbers rolling.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
Exactly.
Oh,
But to introduce our guest today, who are you, Madame?
Mouna, and I'm on TAE Time. I'm excited. So
Guys, if you're an OG, you know who she is.
yeah, technically.
She's been
from,
here.
from the days of what the fuck was it
Stereo.
called?
Stereo.
Yeah, stereo. And then my Don here. What you saying?
Sharan. Hi.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm really happy that you guys came on. I have some things in my little book that I'm gonna keep hiding from you guys.
try to speak.
Yeah,
No.
no. Like all 3 of us are going in blind except
Oh.
for Nicola. Nicola's the
scared.
only one who knows like what she's
That's
about
the
to like
worst. She's
do.
prepared
Yeah,
everything,
she's
man. It's not
prepared.
fair.
You know,
It's not fair.
she's actually she probably has rebuttals ready for what we're gonna say. You know,
Firing back.
just to put us on heat. But you know, we do what
Yeah.
we do out here anyway. So
No, listen. I know that we've talked like before about masculinity, femininity, and that kind of talk. And I was like, you know what better place and time to do it? 2 girls, 2 guys, ready to
Rumble.
rumble.
I can smell the comment section already. I can just smell
So
it.
I thought like the way that we could get started with this is basically like looking at your guys' backgrounds and how that kind of affects your perception of relationships, because I know that you guys weren't born and raised in Ireland. So, Mouna, tell
Oh
us.
God.
Eh,
Oh God. Okay. So background wise and how that relates to relationships, that's a bit weird because I come from India. It's a whole very conservative approach to relationships that's kind of put out there. But then I guess I grew up at a time of TV and a lot of Western movies and stuff. So I guess you pick up a thing or two, and then once again, when you kind of move out of the country and you meet a lot of other people, you learn a lot. So it's been changing. That's like one way I can put it. It's changed a lot, but I'd still say I'm on the conservative side of things
Oh,
to an extent, just
okay.
because it's hard to get it out of the system. So
Okay.
yeah,
Interesting.
that's my 2
Let me
cents.
write that down real quick. We can come back to it. How about yourself?
So I was born in Spain, but I'm Indian also, so I have that very strong tradition of no girls, nothing
You.
until you get married. But I am in a relationship, and it's pretty surprising to me. So I got into a relationship. I didn't tell my parents because obviously I knew there would be like backlash.
Yeah.
But when I told them, it was calm. So
Damn.
Oh,
For
when
real.
did
it
you
was
tell?
super surprising to me.
Wait, how old are you when you told them?
18.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, so I've been with Nicola for like nearly 10 years now. And when I think it was probably around the 3-4 year mark, maybe I was like 17 or some shit. Actually, maybe 3 years. And I told my parents
Yeah.
I actually fought my parents. Like my parents were so mad at
Rough
me.
day.
Nah, that was a tough day. Like, oh
But
my.
were you scared? Because they would, for example, for me, if I told them I had a white girlfriend, they would come back at me a lot harder than what they did.
Oh yeah, for real?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I think like, yeah, definitely it is a lot harder. I think because like, especially like kind of similar to Indian culture, like Nigerians is like very cultural, like close. So it's like, oh, a Nigerian person. So like, you know, like, especially because for us, it's like school and everything else. And then like my parents were like, oh, you shouldn't be dating anyone until like college, you know? Until after college. Sorry, what am I saying? So they're like, oh, finish your degree and then you can start dating someone. So like them finding out, I think it was like right before I went to college or like just at my first year of college. Oh, fuck, that was that's something I do not want to ever relive again. I mean,
Yeah. But you said, Sharan, earlier that it was like, oh, they would have been harder on you than what they did. So what did they do? What was their response like?
To be honest, I think they changed a lot during my life, and I think during my puberty time, like they were a lot more accepting as to what we were doing, because like obviously we're Indian people, very very closed, and we were growing up in Spain, which is a completely different like country.
Yeah.
So they were like, they're gonna grow up differently than we did. So there was some backlash, like, what are you gonna do after? Because obviously I was doing my Erasmus in Southampton. So they knew I was gonna come back, and they were gonna be like, so what are you gonna do with her? It's gonna be long distance. How are you gonna work things? But after that, it was calm. It was not that bad.
Okay, no, that's fair enough. But then, like, see, I hear this, right? But then I've heard a lot from you as to like, okay, now you're ready for marriage. So like, now you're finished your education. It's like, okay, now you have to find someone. So it's like, how does that transition from like, you can't date to, okay, now find someone to marry, you know, so quickly?
That's something that I'm still struggling with, and that's like my biggest weapon if that topic ever comes up with my family, and they're like, oh, you know, you're getting to the age where you need to start thinking about settling down, and I'm like, you didn't let me date all my life. Well, you didn't let me date all my life. How am I supposed to be like, that one's my husband now? Like, and as I said, that's like my biggest weapon, and I keep telling my parents that, like, I don't get it. I don't know how to interact with people and stuff like that. So I don't really have an answer to that, but I guess my mom's been a bit different, just because like she surprised me like your parents did, because when I did have a relationship, I told her about it, and then she was like, yeah, but you need to, I think it was just so education focused, because it's a whole ethnic parent thing. They were like, as long as it doesn't affect your studies, and like you're not, I don't know, going off the road and like just being involved and doing something that you shouldn't be, it's okay. And I think that helped, because at least I had a parent figure to talk to that way. So yeah,
I like that.
That's pretty interesting. I find it always very interesting that like African and Indian parents are all very similar in the whole sense of like school and everything comes first, and then everything else is afterwards. And it's always strange, because it's literally like you finish college and it's a 180 switch. You have a job, have kids.
Yeah, literally.
it's so easy
Now's the time. Yeah, now's the time. They don't even prepare you. They don't do anything.
No, it's just like, no, oh yeah. Now you can have kids.
Yeah, literally.
How do you do that?
Like,
I never gotten this.
Exactly. You.
What is a woman?
Yeah, I know. It's interesting because, you know, we had Rohit on and he was saying the same thing. Like, he didn't know how to talk to people in general, like males or females. So it's kind of funny that it stands. I took a TikTok and there was this girl who made 4 points. So I'm going to like put them on the table and let you guys discuss. It's like, you know, when you put food into like what,
fight.
Yeah. And then you guys can fight over it.
Yeah,
So
can we do it one at a time so we can
will be one at a time.
digest it?
Of course.
I'll go last.
Okay, so this girl says her first point is, I don't care if my partner likes other girls' pictures.
Yo, you see, once again, I'm going to start off on this one. I think this situation with the whole picture liking thing, whatever thing, is dumb as hell, right? Because it's like,
You're dumb as hell.
let's be honest. Like, it's dumb as hell in the sense of like, it's, everyone just does as a broad stroke when it's way more than that, right? It's like, okay, liking girls' pictures, you know, is a whole different thing from liking like a random half naked girl on Instagram, you know? Like, that's completely different from like liking a girl, you know? Like, some girls will beef you for just liking a picture of a girl, you know? You're like, I know this person. Yeah. It's the same as me liking a guy. It makes no difference.
It's not about the gender.
You know, it's not about anything. But like, obviously, if it's like some half naked model on Instagram, all right, that's a whole different story, because then that comes to the whole level of like, all right, are people seeing this? Like, do you feel like you're being disrespected? So on and so forth, right? But like, girls just go like, oh yeah, liking a photo is bad. I'm like, there's nuances to this.
For real. Girls don't say that. They don't say that about friends. Come on. Most girls don't say that about friends that you have or that she knows.
Well,
whatever.
it's if they like
about,
them.
Like, why are you liking half naked pictures? You know what I mean?
Yeah, but like the half naked picture thing is just like what's your take on that, Sharan?
For me, it's all about the intention. Like, it's what Farouk was saying. If the girl is someone you know, it's not about the gender. It's, you know her, you like the picture, boom, double tap. But obviously, if it's some OnlyFans girl, like, there is probably like some flag there.
Why?
Because like, fuck, it's like some random girl you don't even know. It's like,
right. So both of you know that it's inherently wrong, right? It feels wrong to do it, right?
But like, once again, I feel like, I don't know. Like, let's deep it. Like, I know very few guys that are in relationships that like Instagram models photos.
Yeah.
I know very few guys in relationships that actually like Instagram model photos, right? I know a lot of single guys who are liking Instagram model photos. And then like obviously there's that like transition period where you're like, oh shit, maybe I shouldn't do this. Like once you enter a relationship and you're like, I gotta stop, you know, you like realize. Like I think like after a certain point you realize and you stop, but like when you're single, it doesn't matter. But like when you're in a relationship, I think there's growing pains. Like obviously, like I feel like when you're transitioning to a relationship, there are things you have to stop doing that are like single mentality that you have to be like more conscious of. Yeah. You know.
So,
But you,
no, I have a weird, maybe not weird, just a different opinion. Like the half naked pictures, yes, I get. I wouldn't say don't like it, but like whatever. Like it's a person on the internet. At the end of the day, it doesn't really raise a flag for me. Do you know the problem for me would be if you're double tapping on my friend's half naked picture? I feel like that's a little gray area.
Why is that?
I don't see the problem in that. I don't see the problem in that.
I don't know. I'm just like, it's all close contact. Like I wouldn't say my friend, but like somebody in your circle. Like it's still the concept and logic of liking a half naked picture, but now it's become, or it's to a person that I know.
But do you deep double tap as like more than liking?
What is a double tap for you? What is it like?
Like the picture is what I'm saying.
What is that for you?
What is that for me?
Like what does it mean to
what?
you?
Wait, what
But
makes
like, why are you liking the picture?
Like I just scroll and just.
Hold on.
Yeah,
I have a question.
literally.
I have a question for you. Okay, so your boyfriend is out liking a picture of Summer Rae, right, online, like half naked. The next day, Summer Rae becomes your best friend, right?
Yeah, no.
And now he has a backlog of pictures that he liked of her. And like, does he stop that now because you know her?
Okay, it's not as silly as that, but I'm just saying it would make me think that I don't know. It's just uncomfortable because like there's a person that I know, and then my man's going and liking the picture, and now there's close contact and stuff like that.
Does it make you self-conscious in the sense of like you're thinking, oh, he likes their body or something like that?
Yes, and it's once again to the whole like you liked a half naked girl's picture online, and then does that mean the whole insecurity thing with me?
What about supporting the homies, bro?
That's what I'm saying. Like, what if your girl? Like, what if your girlfriend's doing now like a bikini show and she's training and
my girlfriend?
Like a
yeah,
friend
what
of
if she's
yours,
a Gymshark model, for example?
Yeah, you know, you're supporting.
Once again, I think the whole intention thing comes into picture as well, because that's important. And yeah, I think intention's the main concept here.
Like, how about if she's like starting an OnlyFans and she uses her Instagram to promote it and she's your friend? Like, and you're just supporting it. Like, yeah, let me promote this to people.
we will not be doing that. We will not be doing that.
Bombastic side eye.
It's like that story of like your man who's like, oh yeah, I bought your friend's OnlyFans because I'm trying to support the local community.
That would be vexing.
Like, I don't look at it. I just pay for it.
God, no. But then, like, you know, there's one thing liking it, but what I've seen is a lot of, you know, the male group chats kind of like send these pictures in, and then they're just like discussing these females like in depth.
I don't think that's deep. I'll tell you right now.
That's crazy.
This might be a controversial take, but like I think dudes sending other girls into like a dude only group chat is not that deep, because like once again, I think it's the same thing as like when girls go like, oh my God, he's so attractive. Oh my God, he's so hot. Talking about a celebrity or whatever, right? It's not even being like, oh, I'm going to leave my partner for this person. It's like, oh, this is an attractive person. Guys are just sending it in. Like, it's not that deep. Like, it's only deep if you guys are fucking like, literally you're like dumb fuck and you're just like lusting after these women for no reason. And like, that's all you do. But if it's just like, oh yeah, this is an attractive girl, move on with your life.
But you're talking like
deep.
celebrities, influencers, people on the internet, or just...
yeah, like people.
Just
friend
models.
Or,
just
okay.
models.
You know, like, or whatever, you know, either even if you're like in the group chat and it's like there are other single guys there and they send it in, like maybe like a girl they do know, and it's like, oh my God, this girl is good looking or whatever, and they want to like, they're like, oh yeah, what the hell, so and so, whatever, you know. I don't think it's deep. I think it really doesn't matter. It's like nonchalant. It's just like one of those like, it's just an attractive person. Everyone's like, oh yeah, look at this attractive person, move on with your life. Like, let an eye twitch there, but like I'm telling you right now, it's really not that deep.
Like, say you have a group chat of guys that are all in relationships and they're just distributing pictures of random girls online, and you think that's so fine. Her ass looks so good.
Anyway, let's move on.
As long as it's not like, I think in that scenario, as long as it's not girls in your community, it's calm. But the moment you start like involving girls, that's like you guys are done. That group chat ever leaves that place.
No, because you know it will. Because like at one stage, like girls, some guys usually show their girls like messages and stuff, and then they see, and then that's it. The whole town knows.
No, that'd be dumb. But honestly, like even if it's like a group of all dudes in a relationship, I really don't think it's that bad for them. Like on Instagram, you're like, oh my god, look at this attractive girl. I don't think it's that deep. Because once again, tell me right now that you girls don't go like, oh my god, this person's attractive. I know for a fact, by the way. Michael B. Jordan posted the last day. I sent it to Nicoletta too, so don't think I don't know.
And I get that, right? But it's just like, why does there need to be 10 a week? Like,
I think
'Cause
it's
at
back
that
to
stage
the whole intention thing once again, because like it just sometimes it's so much that you're like, why is it so much, and like why is it that intense, and why is it that person, and all of that kind of questions.
Yeah. No, so I can agree. Like sometimes like there's who you are. You know who you are right now. And
I know who you are too.
Inside our Instagram group chat, and you just send so many girls like every day, get a life.
Every day, you see, I'm 10.
Get a life. Get a life. There's some people that just don't know. Like, I understand it, but like, that's a problem.
Problematic kings. On to her next point. If my partner asked me if he could go to a strip club, I'd never say no.
She'd never say no.
She'd never say no.
Yeah, I think that's kind of weird.
Oh, okay. Tell us more.
Talk.
Why would you, like, as a man, why would you go to a strip club if you're in a relationship?
It makes no sense.
It doesn't make any sense.
It makes no sense.
I don't understand it.
To be honest, I always say like you're just paying to get blue balls. To be honest,
Yeah,
like
literally.
like it makes no sense to me. Like you're just spending money for no reason. Like and you're just getting blue balls. Like what? Like
Even as a single man, like
you
why
know?
the fuck would you
No,
go to
honestly, it makes no sense to me. Strip clubs.
Yeah,
Nonsensical.
Nonsensical.
Interesting.
But like once again, the point, like I remember that TikTok actually now that girl made about the thing. For people who want to do it, if your partner is cool with it, it's calm. I think it's nonsensical, but it's calm. Like I think this all comes to degrees of trust. I think if you trust your partner and they trust you, and they're like, oh yeah, you and your boys are into like whatever nonsensical acts of going to the strip club. All right, go at it. Have it.
Like
That's
going to the strip
weird.
It's weird. I don't know.
Yeah,
You know,
it's
there's actually so many. I don't get it. In America, it's a big thing as well.
Yeah.
You know, like I was in SF, and literally on the night out, 2 random girls said to us, they're like, "Oh yeah, we're getting a bunch of dollar bills to go to the strip club across the road." I was like, "Why are you guys going to a strip club?" I'm like, what's going on here?
No better Friday night plans.
Yeah. How about you? Are you okay if your partner wants to go?
Oh God, no!
Okay.
I think I watched that TikTok today, and it was duetted by another lady who said, "As a person who used to work in a strip club, don't do that."
Oh, yeah,
so I'm
yeah,
like, yeah, okay, maybe no, God no.
But then what if like his guys takes him there for his bachelor party?
Then I
Get
think
new
it's fine.
friends.
Then I think it's fine.
You
It's
think
just a
it's fine?
bachelor party, like.
Yeah.
What?
Why is it in a strip club?
Once
Because
again,
they
like
decided.
it is something like whatever. Like you don't actually decide, but like personally, I'm just saying out there, don't take me to a strip club. But I'm not interested. Not because of you. I'm just not interested. Just put my money in better use. But yeah, no. Like obviously, if it is like a bachelor party, and it's what they plan. It's whatever. Like, and once again, I know for a fact that many bachelor parties strippers come. I know that for one big fact. I've seen it so many times.
Wait, so then at that stage you no longer like respect my boundaries?
No, obviously,
Yeah, it's
like
for the one night.
No,
Why?
like if your partner is not okay with it, I obviously like you shouldn't do it.
I'm not.
Like
Now what?
Okay, what if he didn't have any decision power? Like the
Oh,
boys
he
surprised
does.
him. He didn't have.
He
any.
does. Because he simply does. You let them know beforehand.
What if-
Yo, make sure it's not a strip club.
no, and let's say they still do it.
Then
Yeah.
You let them go. Because you're
What,
getting
what
out
if
your
he
friends.
gets? What if he gets blindfolded, taken to a place?
Yeah.
And he's
Why
like
are you
now
letting
party
your boys
there.
blindfold
When is
you?
that ever going to be a realistic
know,
situation?
No,
though?
but they do that a
Come
lot,
on.
especially
No, they don't.
They do that in the States, yeah, and all that
Well,
stuff.
are they
Like,
really your friends then?
they surprise, like it's a surprise trip.
Are we
Like
in the
you're not meant
States
to
right
know.
now?
Are we in the States right now?
They do it here too.
Would you be okay with that though?
No.
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 No, don't pull that on me.
So you're just not comfortable with it whatsoever, period.
No. And it's like you're doing it before the wedding, lol. You could have just done it earlier. Like you might as well have ended the relationship a long time ago. You waited this long.
You waited this long? Damn. Nah, oh yeah, but let's be honest, like there's some mad degeneracy that happens in bachelorette parties too. I've seen it. We've all
I
seen
don't
it.
get the whole concept of last night of freedom. You've been in a relationship for whatever many years. last night of freedom, and now you want to throw everything out the window. And that whole concept, that's wild. That is wild.
Well, I think it's more like, it's so weird because I think the idea is like, oh, I'm gonna do everything I'm not gonna be allowed to do, even though I haven't been allowed to do it for the last however amount of years. Right now, before we like get locked in,
That means you wanted to do it before.
Literally,
exactly.
yeah.
You know, like it makes no sense. It's like
It's probably because he was cheating all along, and then it's like, oh, one last night.
let me get on my system one more time, bro.
One last time.
He'll do it again. But then, like, what are your guys' thoughts? I know we talked about it before on the podcast, like, oh, girls trip to Miami, you know, and our guest was like, you ain't going to Miami, right? So, like, what are your guys' take? Like, you know, girls trip to Vegas or Miami or whatever.
I think it's fine. Like, you just, if again, down to the intention. Like, if you're going to Miami to hold around or do whatever, like, then it's a problem. But if you're doing it to enjoy the place, the vibes, whatever, I think it's fine.
Yeah, I second that opinion.
Okay.
Honestly, like I feel like girls trip, boys trip is really not that deep as long as there's a level of intention and trust, like within any relationship.
I don't know. I think it works both ways. I was gonna say it's just like girls trip to Miami or boys trip to Marbella. I don't think it matters. Once again, obviously intention, but then I like taking trips with my girlfriends, and then like there's no intention to do anything, at least with us, and then we're just like, we're going to have a good time, whatever, and then it means nothing.
Yeah.
It's a trip, and we're just trying to enjoy each other's company, so it's not that deep. Like, go have fun with your people, I guess.
So what if every single guy in the group of guys that's going is a literal man whore, and he wants to like F around, get with everyone, do crazy things, bring strippers back to the apartments, like all this stuff? Do you still let your boyfriend go?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
You're the moderator. Like,
I don't know.
If
I think
you're
I
the-
would. I'd say yes, just because it depends on the level of whole trust, blah, blah, and blah. I would be worried, yes, but then I feel like it's kind of down to both of us at the end of the day to sit down and be in that comfort level for that trip to happen. So, and like if I would need a certain level of reassurance that nothing's gonna happen, but then I think it's fine, like, because tomorrow roles reversed, you, me, and a bunch of people are going out, and then it's somebody's whatever party and there's strippers coming back. Yeah, I want to have my fun, but like I'm not gonna do anything, and I just like to think that's gonna be reciprocated. So
Yeah, like I guess for me, I never understood the idea of like, like I think it's more of a like emotional thing that like a lot of women do tend to have is like the reassurance thing. It's like, I'm just like, yeah, just go. Like, I don't care. Like, all your,
exactly.
I could know every single one of your girlfriends are hoes. Like, I could know like they're all hoes and I've seen them be hoes. But I'm like, you're not a hoe, so it doesn't matter to me. I know you're not gonna do shit just because your friends are doing it. I trust you. But I always find like women are always just like, oh my God, all his friends are hoes. He's gonna get led astray, influence. I'm like, if I trust you, what the fuck could you not have that same energy for me?
No, come on, it's because most men cheat, obviously.
Oh my days, not. Statistically, that is wrong, actually. But
I don't believe that.
women cheat more.
I just find it funny how men's brain work, and I know we've had this conversation before, because like it's so straight sometimes with the way they think and everything, but my mind's going like so fast, and I'm gonna overthink a situation and make something out of nothing. So sorry, I need reassurance.
It's like, oh, I saw like some girls like, you know, painted nails in his picture. Red flag.
Red flag.
Wait, what? Painted nails in
some guy's
like
photo.
in the background.
Like
Imagine.
holding a cup, and then I'm like, oh, who is
It
that?
Makes
Tell me
no
there's a girl
sense. Like, dudes are just like, yeah.
It's more logical.
Yeah, you know, it's just like, yeah, just
Okay,
whatever.
relax.
It's like, yeah, just go ahead. Have a trip.
Yeah, sure. Anyways, on to the next point. I don't want my partner texting me when he's out with his friends.
She doesn't want her partner to text her?
Yeah, because, you know, she just wants him to have so much fun and like not have to worry about her at all.
I think that's valid.
Really?
I honestly think that's
So
a
you
valid
don't
thing.
want your partner to text you?
Like, once again, I never tell you to text me if you're going out. I just say like, oh yeah, just like keep safe, and if anything happens, text me or whatever, and make sure you're G. Like, I don't, like, if you're out with your friends, I don't expect you to be on your phone text me. Maybe this comes from a place of like, from me being like, oh, why do I want to disturb her? Like, she's obviously having fun. Like, she doesn't need to be on her phone. She should just be in the moment, enjoy herself. And then like, if like something's going on, tell me. Or if like whatever, like maybe like you're feeling uncomfortable and you're trying to like look busy, text me or something, or call me or whatever. But it's a different story. Like, if you're just having fun, like the fuck? Like, I'm just gonna be chilling at home anyway, doing whatever I'm doing. It doesn't matter. Like, I don't need you to be on your phone to me, you know? And I never understood why people are like, oh my God, when you're out, like, yeah, you can have fun, like, go out, but like, text me, okay? Like, I'm like, bro, like.
There's always an underlying, like, thing over there. Like, if someone wants their partner to text them constantly, that means there's probably something in the back of the person's mind that is making them insecure.
Yeah, exactly.
That's my opinion.
I was like, I have a whole technical question because, like, what do you mean talking? Because, like, obviously, I don't want them chatting with me all the time. I need my space. You're out of the house. Both of us get to be alone. So I'm going, like, maybe not constant chatter, but I'm just going, like, you know, because sometimes parties are crazy. You don't know where people are. At the end of the night, just let me know where your whereabouts. You're okay. What time you're coming home. Just simple text like that is what I would expect. But I'm not asking you to say, oh, hey, I moved left, I turned right. I'm telling you every single bit of my moves. So kind of agree, I guess, with that. But like, yeah, let me know you're alive and we're calm.
Is that a fair request?
Like, just like at the end of the night, yeah, being like, yo, Wagwan, I'm good. This is where I am. Like, I'm finished or whatever. That's calm. Like, it's still, like, it's not that deep. Like, though, you should answer this question because you've gone through phases, bro.
I did, but you know what it was? Like, especially at the start of the relationship, you're just like constantly texting your partner and always want to talk. And you were texting me back, so I don't even know why you're saying you talk about it. You were on your phone.
Yeah, because you're fighting me otherwise.
He respects.
Yeah.
Respects decisions.
But then, like, you know, now I'm like, you know, don't like text me if you don't want to. Like, I don't really care. I'm gonna be asleep anyways. But I find it really cute when you actually like send me a snap of your night out or something. I'm like, oh, that's kind of cute, you know, like he's having fun, he's thinking of me and like wants to show me like his night out. And I think that's really sweet. But it's not like, oh, I expect you to text me this, that.
I think it's a whole different scenario when you're living together as a couple and when you're not living together and you have a night out. Because I think at the end of the night, you're coming back home to your partner and like, I don't know, there's that you're still seeing each other, you get to talk about your night, and then say there's a little bit of different distance and then you don't know how the night is. So like, I guess when some people are like, oh, he didn't text me for hours on a night out, that would worry somebody. So
you're saying you can't sleep with someone between before he goes home? Like that can dead ass happen.
It's not about sleeping with someone. I'm just saying the whole
I know.
aspect.
Yeah, I'm just saying that like going to bed to you does not mean no cuddles happening in between. But yeah, no, absolutely. Like I do agree that it's like one of those. It's probably different for someone like with a distance. Like, oh, they're coming back home, I get to see them. Whereas you're just in God knows where and they're God knows where and you're like, you don't know shit. So I can understand like once again, I still don't, you can back me up here or not. Like, I feel like guys just don't even think about that. No matter what it's, I'm like, yeah, it's calm, whatever. I think the only thing I give a shit about is that you're safe. And then like, if you're good, like everything else doesn't matter. Like,
comes back to the level of trust. Like, for example, with my girlfriend, I'm in a long distance relationship. When she goes on a night out, I just tell her, look, just text me when you're home and you're going to sleep. Boom. That's it.
And that's fine. I mean, that's expected. So that's kind of what I'm putting out on with.
Yeah, I agree. You know what? This girl kind of gives the vibe of another TikTok that I saw, and it was like, oh, you know, when you met your boyfriend in your like cool low maintenance era, and like you're a chill girlfriend, and now like you transition, and now you want all the like hearts and flowers, and he's now not doing that. So how would you guys like approach that situation, or would you change for your girl? How would you react?
So like she's chill at first, like a certain way, like for X amount of time, and then she like flips a switch and she's like, I want this.
I have no patience for that shit.
I have no patience. I was just about to say,
really?
Fuck that. No.
I'd be like, bye.
Really?
I'd have no patience for that. Like if you're someone at one point in time and then you change, I'm like, no, red flag.
But people change.
There's a difference between
but not so drastic.
Yeah, exactly. There's
not drastic.
Slow changes and then like literally doing a 180, being like, okay, this is my true colors.
Yeah, literally.
You know,
literally.
I like, it's like, yo, what the fuck?
True colors.
Like how much?
Yeah, what do you mean by that?
Because the idea is like she comes in, she does everything she thinks you want, right?
Exactly.
And like is whatever. And so you're like, oh, this person's pretty cool. They match my energy. And then they're like, okay, now I'm comfortable. Flip a switch. This is how I really am. And you're like, yo, whoa. This is literally not what I signed up for. Like, it's a different story. Like, as you grow older, people change. Like, people literally change. Like, what is it? Like, every 5 years, whatever. Like, you have major changes or whatever. But it's a different story when you're both growing and changing and just being like literally like 6 months or a year, and it's like, yo, different person. Like, yeah, this is how I really am, and you should just respect that. No, the fuck, because you weren't like that. I never ever saw you like that. Like, that makes no sense.
No, invalid. Here's why. So a lot of females, a lot of the time are taught that men want these like chill girlfriends who don't cause hassle for them, don't ask them to text them all the time, don't ask for shit, and then like, you know, the men are just like picking them because that's what they think, that's how they should be. And then they're now in their 30s or whatever, and they see their female counterparts and they're like, oh, my boyfriend's not bringing me flowers for Valentine's Day, he's not taking me out to like, you know, dinners, whatever, once a week. And it can leave it like a really bitter taste in your mouth, because like, why am I getting that treatment? Because I don't think it's like that big of a change or an ask. I think it's just like wanting your partner to show that they care about you a bit more.
Yeah, but that's on you, because you didn't come into a relationship expecting that or showing that you cared about those things. So like, if I get used to you being like not caring about those things, and then you instantly be like, oh, actually I want this because of resentment of like my girlfriends are having it and I'm not, what the fuck's that meant to mean?
Right,
you should have set those boundaries at the start. You as a man
don't think that like it's problematic that you're like, yeah, my girlfriend doesn't want me to show that I care about her, fuck her.
No, because she came in saying that she's chill. Like, I once again, chill. Like, we're using the term chill, but she came in with a different set of expectations and then instantly flipped those expectations on its head. And you're like, yo.
It's not that dramatic of a switch as you're making it sound.
Okay, I have a rebuttal for that, right? So, like, the whole chill maintenance thing. So, these acts of, like, buying chocolates for Valentine's Day, taking out on dates, buying flowers, it's all acts of love, right? And then, yeah, you meet a person, you're not going to be doing that right off the bat. So, like, what if you perceived her as a chill person? Like, obviously you're not expected to do these things when you meet a girl or a guy, like, first off the bat, but then like you're in a relationship for 10 years. Would you not like say, I would like to be pampered sometimes, but it's not that I changed it. I've been with this person that I love for 10 years. I would like to see acts of love.
Yeah.
So why is that a change in my behavior at that point?
Like, I feel like it's, once again, it's different if it's like, for example, take your relationship for the first year, right? Through 1 year, you guys would have experienced all the holidays, all the whatevers, right? You would have gone to Valentine's Day, and if someone is like, oh, like the first Valentine's going like, oh yeah, I'm not really interested in flowers, chocolate, whatever. Then the next Valentine's, you have noted that down and be like, oh, she's not really interested in that. And like, you would have noted what she is interested in, right? And you do that. And then she's like, the next Valentine's Day, she's like, oh my God, fuck you. How could you have not given me chocolate and flowers?
Oh
it's
my
like,
God.
yo,
You never wanted it in the
you
first
never
place.
told me in the first place you wanted it.
But it's been
You
2
know-
years now.
No,
First
but
year,
there-
I don't
What
care.
does
No,
time
I'm
have to
kidding.
do? Like, I don't understand.
But
because your expectations can change of people.
Yes, but-
and that's not going to be the approach.
Okay,
Let's
but-
be real. She's going to sit you down and be like, hey, honestly, I know I was like this, but I genuinely would like if you showed me that more. Why
God
are you
forbid,
leaving?
you know that is cap. Literally,
What?
she
No,
will give you
absolutely
shit.
not.
She will give
No,
you
it's
shit
not.
before she just
No.
straight up go.
No,
Like,
it's not.
very few women will be like, sit down with you and be like, hey, this is what I feel, like, whatever. Let's be honest, very few men will do that too, because people are not emotionally mature like that. People give out to you and then you fight them, and then eventually
It gets
some
resolved.
people will resolve it and then calm down. But most people, no men or women, are not emotionally mature to be like, hey, I'm very in tune with my feelings. I did not like this, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
It's more like, I can't believe you didn't give me flowers. I can't believe you didn't give me chocolate. You're a piece of shit.
Dickhead,
Fuck you.
dickhead.
You're nothing. And then you're
You know
like,
what?
I just
I'm-
don't
Like, what the
agree
fuck?
with
How do you
that.
go from
I
this
just don't
to this?
agree
I
with
don't
that.
either.
I
I
do
don't either.
not agree with that. I
Bullshit.
don't
Like,
Shit.
men are so used to doing the fucking bare minimum and absolutely nothing that they're like, oh, I'm so used to not care about my girlfriend. I have such a great relationship. Why don't you see a
I see
problem
her
with
once
that?
a month and that's it.
Like, it's a red flag, no? For you as a person to be like, it's okay for me to not do any of these things.
no, because some people require less maintenance and all this. Like, take for example, even in our relationship, right? I'm not out here asking you to give me flowers, chocolate, whatever, blah 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 blah. I don't care.
Have you ever given Farouk chocolates or flowers?
Of course I have.
She's never given me flowers.
Because you would never appreciate that. But
Yeah,
I know
'cause-
that you like chocolate.
Or whatever.
you
Like,
know,
once
acts
again,
of
like, I don't
service.
really care about these things, so I don't care about it. So if I have someone in my life that then says as well that they don't care about it, I would take that at face value, you know? And I don't see it as a negative, being like, oh, because I didn't give you flowers and chocolate, I'm a piece of shit, man. I'm not doing the bare minimum. It's like, oh, I'm trying to give you love in the way you want, not in the way whatever society has perceived me to do. It's so, like, I can only give you what you tell me or like request of me, because I can't just treat you the same way. Like, no one is a monolith. All girls aren't the same. I can't treat you that. So you have to tell me what you want. And if you come in telling me you don't like this and then flip the switch the next time being like, I'm pissed off at you for not doing this, it's so fucking confusing. And who has the patience for that? It's a different story.
So the answer is leave, like both of you said. You just get up and leave because you're like, I'm not dealing with this.
No, because
you work a little bit harder
No,
with your relationship.
Because then the person wasn't real to begin with. Like,
for real, like they weren't being real with you. So it's like I want someone who's gonna come into a relationship, be mature, and be like, hey, like it's a different story if she, as you said, came to me and be like, hey, I know last year I was like this, but I actually feel like I want this because of XYZ, and I'm like, oh, that's cool, that's calm, all right.
You'd
you've
be
grown.
okay even though
But-
she changed her
No,
ways.
because she would justify it. And it's a different story of someone just getting mad at you and saying fuck you and
okay,
being
the
mad.
approach
Then-
is different, right? So you're saying you would stay if the approach was different, but you wouldn't stay if the approach was like aggressive.
Yeah, but also at the same time, like it depends how drastic this change is. Like there's a difference between being like, oh, okay, I want chocolates and flowers, or being like hey, you last year I said I don't really care about materialistic things. Well, actually, I'm very materialistic. That's a big red flag.
Yeah, that's a
Get the
red
fuck out of here.
Yeah, no, and
You
now
know?
obviously I'm going to agree with you, but 10 seconds ago you're like, yeah, if she is asking for flowers next year,
I'm
I'm
leaving.
No,
I
but-
got no patience.
I don't got patience.
Oh,
for that, man.
God,
It is
come
what- It is
on.
what it is.
no, the initial point, I thought like if it's drastic, like Farouk
Yeah.
is saying, like then I have no patience. But if it's like, oh yeah, I would like on Valentine's for you to send me a card or whatever, then I would be like, okay, yeah, like it doesn't take much of my time.
Is it
That's,
the
like-
effort that you're referring to? Because you're just like, I don't have patience, and then it's just because it's so much effort to.
It's two main things. Like it's not so much the effort, but it's the fact that at one point you were like this, and then suddenly you change to something that is completely different.
But like, would you not try and understand where she's coming from? Like, why the sudden need of all of these asks?
100%.
But you can't understand it if she doesn't tell you.
Exactly.
I'm
So
not a
you
mind
ask.
reader.
So you ask. You have a conversation.
But I wouldn't know until like the thing occurs. You understand? That's why it's on to her to sit down and explain it to me,
Right.
not on to me to be like, hey, I know like it's not even around Valentine's yet, but like, what do you want to do? And how would you like to be treated for Valentine's this year?
That wasn't the
That
question.
never happens. That never happens.
That wasn't the question. What is a high maintenance woman to you guys?
High maintenance. I think someone who would have. I don't know. To be fair, what do you think, Mouna?
Jeez.
Passing on the
I was like, no, I don't know either. Just because I would say I'm high maintenance now compared to what I was 5 years ago, because I have certain ways of taking care of myself, and like it involves, say, more materialistic things to take care of myself. But like,
Gold digger.
cancelled.
throws a mic. But who's paying for this? I'm paying for this. What do you mean, gold digger? Excuse me. But
At least if someone else was funding
at
it.
least. But what is high maintenance? I don't know if it's high maintenance if you're being asked to fund someone's maintenance and you can't afford it, I guess.
I don't think if it's you can't afford it. I think just having to fund anyone's lifestyle is high maintenance. A girl who requires too much of your money and too much of your time,
Listen.
too much of your money and too much of your time is high maintenance. I think that's the right way to say
Right.
it.
So if you're like if you're in a marriage or whatever, right, then your money is my money is your money, right? So technically, like I'm just taking from my money like, from your account, right?
Oh,
Like,
I mean,
but-
when you put
my
it like that,
bad.
when
fuck.
you
Well,
no,
fuck.
because it's still too much money. Because like I think it's more about understanding like their levels to shit. Like as in like you're out here wanting to buy fucking Louis Vuitton, Prada, all that shit when we're trying to save for a house. The fuck, that makes no sense. Or either when we're trying to pay for bills and stuff like that. Like when you put us in a negative situation financially due to your like reckless spending, I think that's like really bad. And then the time aspect is like obviously your partner requires quality time and taking all your time. But if they want to take up literally all your time, like whether it's like you want to go maybe
breathe the same air.
play game, yeah, exactly.
neediness,
You know, like
Yeah.
very needy, like they really want to be with you all the time. That's high maintenance as well, because that's just too much to deal with. Honestly, I think those two scenarios are very, very big red flags, and it's like you can't be financially independent, and you can't be emotionally independent. So that's just draining both either your wealth or your emotions or both. And that's just like, fuck that shit, honestly.
I wouldn't even have gone there when I say high maintenance, actually, because like emotionally draining is a big thing, but I don't think, I just thought materialistic things.
I did too because I don't know. I just wouldn't put it in the same boat for some reason.
Yeah, but it's still like a maintenance cost. Like you're draining your batteries. Like it's just too much for you. Like,
Would you say a high maintenance guy can exist?
Absolutely. But once again, not in the terms of how he described
Yeah.
it.
like what would a high maintenance guy be?
Just because I would just say in terms of materialistic things, he needs his I don't know, water from the Himalayas, sort of high maintenance.
Well, are you funding it or is he funding it?
Doesn't matter.
Is that high
Is
maintenance
that
though?
high maintenance? I don't think that's
If
high
he,
maintenance.
if you're not
He's-
funding it,
See, once again coming back to me, right? I can say I'm high maintenance, but I'm still funding my own stuff. Like some things, like for example, my morning coffees. I want a particular coffee, and maybe it costs money. I'm still paying for it, but I would say I am high maintenance when it comes to my coffee. So is that wrong?
that's
I
an
get you. I
interesting.
get
That's
you.
an interesting perspective. I actually never
Yeah.
thought about it that way.
You don't really hear people in the media talk about high maintenance men, so I think it's interesting to.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't really know there are dudes that are high maintenance.
Yeah, I
I'm not
haven't
lie.
really-
Like I think dudes are like a little bit too chill.
Okay.
You know, to be high maintenance.
Please.
Let me not lie. Like
Oh, y'all just do the bare
please.
minimum and.
we do the bare minimum. That's why we're
And that
chill.
works. And that works.
But I'm sure you'll be high maintenance when it comes to your tech stuff. Like you don't want to compromise on whatever. You're gonna be like, I need the best of the best. So I would call you high maintenance in terms of that? No,
In terms of tech, no, because like
I'm just giving that. That was an example.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even know. I feel like high maintenance is just like more about the energy they're draining, whether it's financially or emotionally from you, not
I agree.
and not really like the person themselves. Because like you're considering yourself high maintenance because like you want specific things. I think that's perfectly fine. I think it's like if you expect your partner to give you specific things
Exactly.
and they're not giving it to you, and you like essentially or either they are giving it to you, but it's more than their means. I think that's when the high maintenance is. I wouldn't consider yourself high maintenance just because like you have preferences for things, you know.
So you can only be high maintenance in a relationship.
I believe you can only be high maintenance relationship. I don't think you can be high maintenance like on your
I agree,
ones.
I agree.
You know.
Interesting.
Oh,
That is
okay.
interesting.
Yeah.
I know, like you were saying kind of earlier, the way you described it as like, oh, if your partner wants like Louis Vuitton bags and you're trying to save for a house, right? But now say you have the house and everything and you have the money, are you okay with providing that for her or what?
Well, like once again, there are levels to this shit.
Right.
like,
Right.
which is my favorite quote ever. Like it's like because there really are levels to this shit. Like yeah, like we can like let's say we could be financially settled. Like we have the house, we have the cars, everything is like calm. Like we have more than enough money coming in every month. That those things that we have so much expendable income. I still don't think it is smart to like just dump that money and like wasting it. I
But
think
you're coming from like a smart place, not from a I don't want to give this to her.
yeah, no, I think it's like you have to be intelligent with your choices as in a partnership, because like obviously like it all depends whether you like and this is regardless of whether you want kids or not. I think generational wealth is more than just whether it's you and your kids, it's also people around you. Like for example, if you want to make money and then essentially like give that money to charity, or if you want to make money to like improve the lives of other people around you and so on and so forth, it makes more sense to like have like if let's say 80% of your money at some point is like expendable income, you're better off putting like 50% of that remaining 80 to like investments, and then the 30% just fucking around with it, you know, and then make some more money and you do whatever with it. And like maybe that's just more because I'm like super financially driven, but like I'm like, why the fuck would I want to like just waste money all the time? Like also there are limits to this. Like there's only so much you can do. Like let's be honest, even billionaires, like people have to find creative ways to waste money. Like they buy shit like super yachts that they don't use just to waste money. Like, you know, like there's no point honestly in like, and so like obviously like you can buy nice bags, but like why are you going in every time to buy a bag when you have like 10 that you haven't used?
Yeah.
Like it makes no
But
sense.
see, once again, I feel like you're coming from a smart with money place and not from a I don't want to provide this for her. Because if there's something she really wanted, you would probably get it for her. You would fund the lifestyle she wants.
To a certain extent, I think you have to be smart. Like I think I think that's also one thing. Is like I don't think you should be in a relationship with someone who is not close enough in the level of how whether financially to you, like in the sense of like
Okay.
whether spending money, you know. I don't think you should be. I think if you are someone who's like very frugal and then you date someone who's like spends a lot of money, that is a terrible relationship. It's not gonna work
But I
out.
thought you meant like they have to be on the same salary.
Oh no. Be close, but not too far. Like
Girl, I want to stop working. What are you talking
I think
about?
the only way you can be with someone that's in a very big different financial bracket than you is if you are so fucking rich. Like I think if
Jeff
you
Bezos type shit.
yeah, kind of like if you're a millionaire, it does. You can literally get a bum ass girl from the street and just fucking like fund her lifestyle. But if you're a dude that's working a job and you're making just enough for yourself, and you're taking a girl that has no money, I don't think
that's what Cristiano Ronaldo did, basically.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Okay.
You know.
She has her own Netflix series now.
Yeah,
so
you know,
she's doing
like
pretty
it's
good.
it's like there's only so
Get
much
on
you can
that.
do, and then it's tight from that point. So I don't think you should, honestly.
How about you guys? How does finances work in a relationship?
I personally, this is just my defect from childhood. I like to go 50-50. I'd be like a first day bill or whatever. I'm just like, let's split the cost, because I hate, and this is going to sound so bad, I feel like I owe people something when somebody funds something for me or like pays my bills or something. So my DNA would not let me be funded. So I'll be like, let's do 50-50. So, but having said that, together, I would like to like make crazy amount of money and have a high maintenance lifestyle. So
Okay.
yeah.
Interesting. How about
Yeah,
you?
no, for me it's the same. Like 50-50 is the way to go. But let's say my girlfriend's normal salary, I'm crazy rich, or vice versa. I think the problem starts arising when the person becomes dependent on the other person. Like,
Absolutely.
if you want to buy your girl a bag, a coat, whatever, buy it. Like, but when she starts demanding it or when she starts needing it, then it becomes a real problem.
Absolutely. No, that, because it's just insane. Like,
Yeah.
how the fuck? It's like, get me this.
Yeah, it's like
Bitch, get yourself.
Yeah,
The fuck? You know,
No,
like,
I don't know actually. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Nicolas, like,
no idea what
just
you're talking
buy
about.
it. The
The fuck?
like,
Give me your card.
are you not a man?
why can't you buy it? Why
Yeah,
can't you buy it?
'cause I
As a
wanna
man,
touch on
can
that,
you
like-
not fund?
Yeah, like
my
what?
You're a
lifestyle?
man.
I think it's okay to expect people to buy to you when you're like with someone. Like, come on.
Okay,
Like,
hold on.
If
Do-
I want to go to like my potential man, and be like, hey, can you buy me this bag? And like,
He's like, don't worry, girl, I got you.
oh, that is so nice.
Like-
But like, come on.
Yeah, but
Roles
not all the
reversed as
time.
well.
Not
Not
all
all
the
the time,
time, yeah.
fair.
Yeah.
But like roles reverse, you like, oh hey, buy me a PS5, and she comes through with a PS5. Come on, that's nice.
Yeah, but let's be honest, that's not happening.
No, that's not what you mean. I was literally about to buy for you. You bought it before
Yeah,
me.
no, I know, but
What
like
you mean it's not
in
happening?
most
It's happening
scenarios,
right here in this room.
in most
Therefore it's happening in the world.
scenarios, cancel me all you want. In most scenarios, all right, now listen, your girl's not buying you shit. You're buying her that Prada bag, and you're maybe gonna get a chocolate.
Wait, that is so
And,
wrong
like,
though. That is a lie.
What? So many, like we talked about this.
No.
We
You know
talked
what?
about
I
this.
think females should do that.
I
I think females should do that. Here's the thing. Where you said 50-50 with a man. Girl, what are you doing?
I'm sorry.
Girl, what are
I
you
know this
doing?
is a
That is
consistent.
such nonsense, because I was that girl and I was like, I am so stupid. Like, it's such a
Gold digger.
stupid mentality. It's really not, because it's like, I'm like a female, right? And I like the traditional kind of like values around the house. And like, that's why I like to take on female things around the home, and I don't expect them of you. But do I expect you to pay the bill on a date? Yes, I do. Like, why should I pay it? Am I gonna treat you to dates and take you out? Yes, I will. But do I expect you to do it like 80% of the time? Yeah.
This is the what do you bring to the table
Yeah.
argument.
the what do you?
Like-
Yeah, but then like as like then the question is, so you're telling me all you're bringing to the table is things that I can do myself? I can cook, I can clean, I can do everything.
Them.
Oh
I'm
my God.
feeding you 3 times a day. I'm feeding
No,
you
like-
3 times a day.
like,
Your home is clean.
The difference is like I could understand for like a dumbass who literally doesn't know how to cook, he doesn't know how to clean, right?
Yeah.
All right, but if you're on your ones as a man and you know how to cook, you know how to clean, and then a girl comes into your life and she's like, hey, you spend all this money on you, I'll cook and clean. You're like, bro, I can already do that. What else are you bringing to the table to me? As in, like, I mean, it's not like, oh, like she's not bringing to the table. It's like, hey, like, are you going to enrich my life with like more information? Like, maybe bring different perspectives that I'm not going to go. Maybe be like the shoulder to help some
Yes.
support. Not whereas a lot of women like in those scenarios like that we're talking about, where it's like a guy with lots of money and it's a guy that can take care of them. A lot of those women, let's be honest, they're just gold diggers who just come in and be like, yo, I will offer you nothing but my body, and you're just gonna buy me a fucking Prada bags.
So you don't even get the meal cooked, right? So automatically we're talking about two different people.
But even if she could cook me a meal, how
wait,
You
one
can do that
minute.
yourself. Deliveroo exists
like
also.
if
like-
I'm
Wait,
so
what?
rich, I can literally buy food all the time. I don't need you.
That wasn't the point that we were talking about. We're talking about different like traditional roles in the household and what you grew up with and what you want to accept as in a relationship. And if you talk to your partner, you're like, I will do this and you will do this, then that's fine, no?
In that scenario, if you guys agree, yes, absolutely, it's calm. But like in most, we're talking about like real world scenarios now, right? Bring it to the real world. A dude who has the financial means to keep himself and his woman, right? Like, let's say he's making 6 figures, like a guy that literally he's fucking has 666, whatever, right? You know, that whole shit. He has everything, right? All the girls are going after him are probably like girls who are just interested in his money and want to be taken care of. There's nothing they will do for him that he's not already doing himself, right? Whether it's buying food, whether he's getting cleaners or whatever the fuck. And all she then has to offer him is her body. It's not enough. Like, you have to bring
But why
more
is he
than
staying with
that.
her then?
Are we not going to consider the emotional aspect at all? Like, there could be a genuine emotional aspect, and she could not be just a gold digger. And like, what if this person that you have a genuine emotional connection with says, I want to cook, I will clean, I will take care of your home, I will take care of you, but I genuinely don't like working and I'm not able to bring food to the table.
Okay, and once again, you have brought something to the table. You brought emotional whatever security, right?
And in that scenario, you're okay
In that
with.
scenario, it's fine because it's like he's like, oh, I don't have this person to lean on in my life, and you will be that person. That is bringing something to the table. But we're saying the women who are actually going after these type of guys are not.
Who said
like,
that? You said that.
Yeah, that's what I'm
you
saying.
just
In the
brought
real,
that up randomly.
in
That's
real
not
world,
what I said.
yeah, but I'm saying like in a real world scenario,
No,
most women are just like, yeah,
what are you
here.
saying? You're saying that like the situation that I brought to this discussion right now, you're saying that's not real world because it's my experience.
No, I'm saying it's fine for you, but it's also a bad take in the sense of the vast majority of people, because that's not how it works in real life. A lot of dudes feel like used and mistreated by women because they're like, all I'm doing is giving her monetary stuff, and then she gives me nothing in return.
But they're continuing to do it. Do you see how much?
Because they're dumb.
Like, how many like Instagram models, OnlyFans girls, whatever.
That's loneliness.
Their lives are like funded by so many men, even though they're like, you know, not the good traditional woman. Like promiscuity in general, it's just being like funded by men. They're just willing to settle with
They're
them.
encouraging it too. Absolutely,
I think
100%.
there's 2 reasons why men do that. I think the first one is they're lonely. Like, a lot of fucking men are very lonely nowadays, so they do that. They hire just people to be around them. The second one is like Dan Bilzerian, who just hires women to be in their Instagram and just like makes money off that.
So in that situation, say I'm one of them girls Dan Bilzerian's hiring, I would 100% blow his money. I don't care.
Yeah,
he
but
he
why
is
would I
funding it. All the cards are on the table in that situation. He knows why I'm there. I know why he's there.
Yeah.
But do you not feel then as a woman that you're like, yes, you're getting money, but you literally gain nothing from that relationship?
Yeah.
I am getting.
Why am I there?
Yeah.
Like, no, I'm saying you yourself as a person, you're gaining nothing from that situation besides the money. Like, you are not like it's like, I can understand if you're doing it as a job, right? And you're just like, all right, I'm getting the bag, right? But let's say you're genuinely going like, I want to be in a relationship with that Brazilian and I don't mind being one of his wives, and all I'm taking is money. You're getting nothing out of that. Like, no, do you not feel like as a person you're growing? All you're doing is like you're an NPC,
surviving
bro.
there, like, you just-
Wait, I'm so
Did you
confused.
hear what you just said? Did you hear what you just
No, but I'm saying like, do you not feel like you're just an
You just said
NPC?
you're gonna be one of his like 500 wives, and yeah. So are you not gonna be like a good girl like the other 50? That he's hired? Like,
No, I'm saying like, why would you want to be in that scenario?
Why does he want to be with me? Does he want to be with me for my love and caring? No, he doesn't.
No, because he
just
has
wants to
money
have
and he's
sex
being
with
a
me.
dumbass.
He just wants to have sex with me. He wants to
But
use
like-
me. I want to use him.
Oh, but it's just so dumb. Like it's
He's
such.
allowing it to happen, and it's happening.
But so are they. Like by
But why is that
choosing to
wrong
be one of
once
the girls.
again?
No, I'm saying obviously if you just want to get your bag. There's nothing wrong with that. But I would hope you weren't doing it seriously as a relationship thing.
Tell me one person who would go into that situation and be like, oh, this is gonna be the man.
They're definitely girls.
Oh,
They're going there
come on.
thinking.
So you just said, I hope you're not taking it seriously. And 10 seconds ago, you were like, oh, but you gain nothing from it. Are you there to gain
You know, like I'm saying,
nothing?
if you're going in there taking it seriously, you gain nothing from it.
Right,
Like
so why
you know,
should I
so
take it
why
serious?
so why are
But
you
at
in there
least
in
I'm
the first
getting my
place?
nails done at the end of the day.
I'm there for the money. And I think that's why they should be there, because that's what they're hired for. They're literally paid for.
Okay, all right then. Let's step back from that. Do you think, all right, Mouna, because you guys are slightly different in views, in the like, women should be a lot more in Nicoletta's camp in the traditional sense of like having men pay for stuff, or do you think because we are now in 2023 that things should be more like 50-50 in the sense of like like you said, like you do like getting taken care of as well, but is that like, okay, if you have a guy who can take care of you all the time, you're going to want to get taken care of all the time, or it's like I still want to like grow as a person and do my own thing and also be able to take care of him at the same, well, financially in the same sense or whatever?
So what I said previously was because of the way I feel, what I'm comfortable with. Like, that's why I would go 50-50. But to her point, to what she said, what she expects, I don't think that's wrong. You're perfectly in your rights to expect that. And like, I don't understand. You like what you like at the end of the day. That's about it. And there's no, let's not pretend like, oh, if you want to stay at home and like, you know, take care of the house, and if that's what you like, that's what you like. And there's no conversation of what am I getting in this exchange? Come on.
Yeah.
Why is it like transactional?
Yeah.
It should just be like
No, I'm just saying like in this situation, I'm just saying like, do you think it should be more like classic traditional going forward, or it should be more
I think
like,
it should be however the fuck suits you, to be honest.
There's
like,
no hard and fast
whatever
rule.
suits you. No.
Yeah, sorry. But yeah, there's no hard and fast rule on how things work. You make what works and then you move with it. And I don't want, like, to your point, like, I don't think it should be thought of as wrong if a woman wants to sit down and do nothing, or a man wants to sit down and do nothing. At the end of the day, do what you want to do.
Because, like, let's be real, most of the countries, like, outside of the Western world are like that. They're still practicing the, like, you know, traditional relationships.
yeah, but they get treated like shit though.
No.
It's a different thing.
I mean, listen, all the Dubai ladies seem to be living their best lives.
It depends where you
Dubai
go.
is Western nowadays.
Yeah,
But there's a lot of like a huge Muslim community there, and a lot of the females who are like, you know, like covered, and like the males bring all the money, and
they just I guess if you feel fulfilled by like being the person in the house taking care of the kids and whatever, it makes sense. But I think there's also a degree of like, if you're just doing it because that's culturally what you're doing, I feel like that's a whole different story. Like obviously, like that's a different story. But then yourself, Sharan, what do you think? Like relationship wise, what are you into? Like, is it more of like the whole traditional sense, or like more like 50-50, splitting everything or across the board?
No, so it's funny because growing up, I saw the traditional side. So my father would be the one in the shop, or like my grandparents and my father, my grandfather, sorry, and my father would be the one in the shop grinding, doing whatever. But then my mother and grandmother would be the ones at home taking care of the house and grinding at home. So for me, it just depends on everyone's preference, to be honest. Like, there's positives and negatives for both camps. And I think do whatever suits you.
Yeah. That's fair.
yeah, that's a good answer.
No.
Do body counts matter?
Wow.
Cancelled.
Guys, say whatever.
Don't worry, I've been cancelled before.
For me, it does. Because
I think it just got hot.
let me reposition the now. No, for me it does. Like, obviously it depends on the number, but if it's if you, let's say you're 18, you're getting into a relationship, the girl's 18, you're 18, whatever, and she has an insanely high body count, then it's
What's
a red
insanely
flag.
high?
I knew you were gonna ask that question.
Mouna, what do you think is insanely
What?
high?
At 18.
No, it's not delegating.
Listen.
Answer the question.
At 18.
I'd say
10.
What?
10, like, is a
guys,
lot?
you're actually putting numbers to this. That's
10 is a
insane.
lot?
10 is a lot at 18.
Okay, is 10 a lot at 18?
break it down. Let's see. Because what women start to like, women puberty, when does it start normally?
It's like 12, isn't it?
Yeah.
12 ends usually 15, 16.
60, yeah. Say
Okay.
16.
Let's say you start like
Oh,
at
still going through
16.
it.
I'd
16
say,
to
yeah.
18.
I'd say more than 8.
5 bodies a year.
Yeah.
That's
It's-
more
it's
than one
insane.
every quarter.
No, but what are you trying to say?
No. Let's like once
What if you're going
again.
through a phase?
Their levels to this shit. All right, let's let's be honest.
Your merch should be their levels to the shit.
Like 18, 10 bodies. That's
Yeah,
brazy.
It's insane.
That's brazy.
Really?
That's for any guy or girl. That's brazy. Like
Oh, sorry. So for guys too.
Yeah, like so instead of like, let's be honest, like 18 or
For
is
guys,
maybe
it's worse, I think.
Yeah, like 18, you're meant to be is like maybe when you're starting college or you're about to go into college. You're telling me in secondary school you're piping 10 people.
Yeah,
You're meant to be studying for your leaving cert, studying for college, and you're piping 10 people.
What are you
Like,
doing?
what are you doing? And let's be honest, because at that age, not everyone is down to pipe. It's not like you're in college where everyone's trying to fuck, right? You actually have to work for those 10 bodies. So
Yeah, exactly.
you were texting this John every single day, like getting her to like,
BBM.
open up, like,
BBM.
like open up, and then you're like, yo, extra body.
Right. So
Yeah.
I think there's levels to this one, especially when you're younger. But okay,
Levels.
how about after college? What's a high number?
Like as an adult,
After college.
After college,
like
Yeah.
our age.
Yeah, our age, 25.
25.
At 25 years old.
Fuck. Probably like anything above 50. Above 50
So
at
it's too
25
much, yeah?
is kind of high. Like
Okay.
once again, this is from my perspective. Like
Okay.
as in like I think like 50 is kind of high. Like you're just like, because that means you had a crazy college experience, to be honest. Because like it's not like you're piping every week in college, right? So like if you have 50 or above, that means you are realistically piping like pretty much every week in college, and maybe like every 2 weeks or so, right? There are 52 weeks a year, right? You're in college for like 9 months of that. You're in college.
You always have to break it
Yeah,
down.
you're in college for like 9 months, right? Let's say for 4 years of college, you're piping one person every month.
It's nuts.
Even at that, you still wouldn't hit 50
Right,
though.
right.
If you're
Like-
piping one person every month, you still wouldn't hit 50 in 4 years of college. So you're telling me you exit college and then now you're like 20 something and you have 50 bodies? The fuck were you doing?
So 50 is a lot to you. How about yourself?
Yeah, I'd say like anything above 25, 30
Okay.
is way too high.
Okay. Is that in life or at the age of 25?
At 25. At
Okay.
25.
So it's okay if it goes like up higher to like 50. By the time she's like,
Like,
30.
I will say this and I always say it. It only like I don't give a shit about body count. Like I could have a lower body count, you could have a high body count. I don't care, right?
Oh, then why are you
But
giving a number? What's too
no,
much?
but what I'm just saying like trying to measure it out, average. But at the same time, for most people, I think it has to be respective. As in, like, if you are in this range, they need to be in this range too. Like, like unless you just don't give a fuck, because there's going to be insecurity on whoever's side, right? Let's say, like, because let's be honest, like, there are a lot of dudes who, like, hear a girl, like, have, like, 20 bodies and he has one, he's gonna feel subconscious because he's like, fuck, like, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do. Like, like, his things are running. And the same way, like, a girl might have one and then he has, like, 50. She's like, what the fuck? Like, I don't
She'll
know,
never
whatever.
know because men lie.
That's true. Yeah.
You say that, and then they have the whole take whatever body count she gives you and multiply by 3, like that. Like
That
because
makes me ill. That makes
why?
me ill.
But why does that exist? Because and I know many women who always say that they stay a number much below because they know guys can't handle the number they're
No,
going to
you
tell
don't.
them.
No, you don't.
Really?
No, you don't.
I do.
I know a lot of guys who lie through their teeth. About their
Bro,
body count.
like once again, like I think once again, people lie about their body count because they know other people are going to be self-conscious about the body count.
No,
That's
no,
why
no. It's because they're gonna judge. What's
Yeah.
your self-conscious? No,
No,
judge.
I'm saying if like you're in
Straight up.
if you're in a relationship, like it's self-conscious. If you're single, judging, right?
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, that's why I said you need to be in your own respective camps. So you have to be in the same camp. You can't be like you're in winter, they're in summer. Like you can't be like that. You both have to be. You both have to be in the same camp. Like it's like if I'm around 10 bodies, you're around 10 bodies because you can't complain. Like who are you to fight someone? Like it's like you have the same amount of bodies as you.
Yeah.
So if you call me a hoe, you a hoe. Like.
So then, how about the guys who have like 100 body counts? That's whatever. But then they want to settle down with a girl who only has 2.
Based off the way you talk about it, I think it's fine because it's his
Yeah.
preference.
Really, that's so crazy.
Like obviously it's brazy. Like yeah, like you once again, as I said, camps and everything. But like if a girl is down to like be like, oh yeah, I don't care how many bodies you have, and I'm a virgin, like like, and I like I'm cool with that. Yeah, that's fine. Like all power to her. You can't be like, oh girl, you're so stupid. He has 100 bodies, you have none. How can you be into him? No, it's like whatever you want to do. But at the same time, like I think it is stupid to like be a guy and have a high body count and want a girl with a low body count. It's like you are literally the guy increasing girls' body counts, and you want girls to have low body count. Like you're hypocritical.
Okay. Sharan, do you expect your girl to have like a less of a body count than you?
No.
Okay.
No, for me, it's what Frug is saying.
Okay.
Like, if you... Yeah, it's what Frug was saying.
How about you, Mouna? Do you care about body counts?
I actually don't. It's like...
If he had, let's say you have whatever body count you have now, right? You don't have to tell us. We all know what
Shut
it is.
up.
and then you have a guy that comes in your life and he has 50 plus bodies, right? Do you care?
Not really. Just because ignorance is bliss, I don't see myself in a situation where I would bring it up and be like, oh, so how many bodies you got? And
What if you found out?
it is what it is. It's a life that he had before he met me.
Yeah.
And like, same way, switch it up. He has whatever and I have 50. Don't question what I did. Like, I was a different person before I met. Like, I know. And it just opens up room for insecurity. And I cannot handle it. I'm like, I already got thoughts running in my brain at Mach 3 speed. I don't need another thing to worry about. Ignorance is bliss. I do not want to know. If you know, you know. Like, I hope both of us will be at a situation where we don't have to like dig into it and like, you know, tell me the 50 names or stuff like that. I'd hope it be with a mature enough person and who'd feel the same way, but like, I don't care about numbers.
I have a really good one here, a really good question, because this is something that happened to someone I know very close, right? Let's say you, like, you know, there's freaky meter, right? You're a certain level, right? And then this person comes into your life and there's a possibility of them being in a relationship with you. You're considering them, making them your partner. But then you find out, forget about body count, you don't give a shit about that. But you find out that there's some freaky shit that they did that you're like, is above your meter. What do you...
Above my level of...
And you want to get into a relationship.
And you want to get into a relationship with them, would that make you question whether you should be with them or not? Like, let's say, like, for example, like, you... Like, I'll start with you, Sharan, all right? Let's say you're about to get in a relationship with a girl, and then she's, like, talking to you about her past, whatever, and then she's like, oh, I had a threesome with 2 dudes.
The fuck?
How do you... But she's... Besides everything, she's been perfect for you, right? But you find that out. What does that do for you then, perspective-wise? Do you think you could still continue with actually trying to make this person
I would have to take a long think. Because... it does cross boundaries for me.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I would have to think about, is this person worth it? I would have to, basically give it a long think, I think.
Oh, God.
You Wagwan, except opposite.
Well, okay,
obviously.
So I meet a person and he's had a threesome.
Yeah.
And then I find that out.
Yeah, whatever. Like, do you give a shit? Like, or is it one of those things that's like, I don't care?
I think I would be at that situation. It's like, if he's like right next to me, I'd turn around and I'd ask a bunch of questions, but I don't think it would affect my decision to be in a relationship, because like, it's fine, you like what you like, and like, it's fine. I don't know.
How about if you felt like would you not feel like at one point you'd have to provide that for him?
Exactly.
That's a talk I would definitely have, because like, for me, I would not be okay with it, doing that with him and another person. So that's definitely a talk I'd say I would have with that person, because I'm coming from a different place and I'm saying no. So that's a conversation need to be had, but like, I don't care what you did, I guess.
So there's no level of freakiness that they could have done that would really
well,
make
there's
you...
levels to the shit, okay?
What are you saying?
And once again, we're not saying that they want to bring this into a relationship. It's just something they've done in their past. Does that make you see the person different?
It depends
essentially,
on what
does someone's
the thing
past
is.
Affect your future with them?
Well,
I think 100%.
Yeah, to an extent, because like, you have your values and opinions and all of that. So like, I guess you need to match on some level. But I'd say there's a few things that I can't tolerate. So yeah.
So like, he was like, yo, I got peed on so much. Like, would you be like,
what was the TV show we were watching? And it was, you.
Yeah, and then he's like, but he's not but he doesn't want you to do that. He's like, that was the thing I was
that
into.
would be some freak shit that I cannot accept for sure.
But like, he's clean now. Like, you know, like, would you
he
care?
was
clean now.
Don't worry about it.
No, but he was doing it while he was with that girl, and that bothers me.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying like, in this scenario, he's done that. He's like, oh, the last time I did it was like 3 years ago. I don't do it anymore. Like,
but would you need it again?
They don't need it again. But you will forever know they used to get peed on. Can you?
My initial thought is there's probably gonna be something else that you will want to do. So I'll be like, fuck, it's too much effort.
So you did that. God knows what else you did.
Yeah, literally.
I don't know. I just ask a bunch of questions until I know for sure. Because, like, it's so hard to
You're
be
never
like,
gonna know though, I think.
Yeah, but, like, I guess there needs to be a question that needs to be answered for me to get to a level of comfort.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I'm sorry. That's a very political answer. But,
No, I think it makes sense.
that's my 2 cents.
Yeah, no.
How about you guys?
Me?
Yeah, do you care?
No, I don't give a fuck, to be honest.
Yeah, I knew that was gonna be the
I
answer.
don't give a fuck. Like, I'm like, as long as it's not now, it don't matter. You know, it's what's in the past is in the past. Like, that's not, that doesn't determine you right
But
now.
do you know what? I think you're the type of guy who's willing to try pretty much anything.
Well, to be honest,
so
like
if one day they woke up 20 years later, you'd be like, oh, let's do it. Let's try it.
20 years later, you might as well. It's been 20 years at this point.
I really don't care, honestly. I'm just like, what you did was what you did. Like, you know, like,
What if it's bestiality?
oh, God, no. They're levels to this shit, bro.
Zero.
No, like, there's like doing freaky shit and then being a criminal. Like, being a straight criminal. No, like, you know, absolutely no. Like, absolutely, like, obviously, no. Like, it's obviously, like, as I said, there are some people, like, I think there was, I was telling Nicoletta, there's this, like, adult star, right, that was on this podcast, and she was talking about, like, literally her, like, first sexual encounter was, like, I think it was, like, at 16, and she had the whole football team want to train on her. Mm-hmm. That was her first sexual encounter. Could you imagine? Like, that's mad, you know? Like, I'm like, yo, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, even me, I was like,
Yeah, no.
I did you? Like, you know, like, because,
She's
like,
brave. She's
like, I'm like,
Yeah.
yo,
But
that's
there is levels to
crazy.
this shit.
You know, I'm like,
that could be
I'm
your
like,
daughter.
I'm like, that's, God forbid. And, you know, like, you know, but it's like, and stuff like that, I'm like, yo, that's crazy, you know? And I think for me, it's more than just, like, it's the fact that if you used to live anywhere near that area where that happened, there's like 16 dudes who will always have that on you. And that's where the problem lies, you know? I think a lot of people, and we can touch on that, is like, I think a lot of people could not get with people who like maybe have gone with people in their lives, because it's like, you know, that they've maybe seen your partner in like certain positions or whatever the hell, like in certain compromised positions that you've also seen, and it feels weird to you. So like, could you be with someone that's been with someone in your friend group?
Oh God, no. That's a bit too much for me.
Is it because you feel like it's always, is it an emotional thing or just like self-conscious? Like, you're like, I don't like the idea that someone else
that
has been
opens
there.
a whole kind of worms of insecurity and stuff like that. Like, there's always going to be a what if at the back of your brain, and I just rather not go through that entire mental thought process.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, me too. I was just thinking about the incident that you get about the 16 guys. If one of the guys that's part of the 16 would try to approach me, that is nasty. Like, what are you doing with 16 guys around you? You're seeing more dick than female. Like,
At that stage, yeah, you gotta really question your sexuality at that stage, to be honest.
Is that 16 in body count? That just boom.
Yeah,
From 0 to
instant,
16.
yeah.
Straight up, first time.
Just like, let
It
me
went
get a
from 0 to
jump on that.
16.
oh no, yuck. But then like about like body counts and stuff, like I think the guy that I'm with would have to be low. Like, I don't want to go to 22 on a Friday and like one of the 50 girls that every single night now comes up to hug him because like, oh, you know, I just know her. Like, no, let's just.
But
not do
does that really matter though? Why?
Why? No, I don't want that. It matters to me.
I think
That's a fair point.
I think this
That's a
just.
fair
I think
point.
that comes back to like circle, right? Like, let's say he had 50 bodies from France,
I don't.
and
want
now you
someone-
guys live in Ireland.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. You'll never see
I
them.
still don't want him to have 50 bodies, right? Like,
Yeah. But I'm saying you
regardless.
don't have the whole like girls coming up to see him. Because
No,
they
I get
don't
that, but
know.
I was just giving an example of like, oh, if we were both here, the whole town would know him.
But there's some people. How about a guy? Okay, another one, because I know girls don't like this. A guy who hasn't been with lots of girls, but he knows a lot of women. Are you? And like,
You mean,
he's
like, just
very
friends?
and he's very friendly with all the women. They're like, oh my god, this
What's
guy. Oh my
friendly?
god, this.
What's friendly?
They're like, I
There's
knew that
levels to
question
this
was coming.
shit.
There
Yeah,
really
like,
is.
you know that everyone knows him. He's hanging around with all the girls, and like everyone
How'd you
knows him.
know
He's
them?
very popular. Like, but he hasn't done anything with them. But everyone likes him. They think he's attractive. He's a very nice guy. Like, would that?
Why do you think think he's attractive. So is that what the only reason that they're friends?
No, as in like he's a popular person and lots of females know him. Does that matter to you? Would that impede your like relationship with that person? Does that make you self-conscious the whole time?
Not self-conscious, but aware for sure. Like, you know all these people, you're chatting with them, and you're telling me there's people running up to you all the time, and I don't know the other person's intention.
Why would you think that's a problem?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not saying it's a problem. I'm just saying, like, it's something, like, you know a lot of people that automatically I'm just like, how, why, questions flying around everywhere.
Why?
So it's not a problem.
No.
But why
I'm just going to be
why are you even
aware.
thinking?
It's not the way I am.
How about you?
Honestly, like, I wouldn't care, but it depends on his relationship with them. If he's now like picking them up off the ground, like hugging them and shit, like yeah, I'm not gonna be okay with that. But if you're just having like, oh yo, what's up, like how you been, let's leave it at that, you know. But I don't want you to be like, oh, I'm taking Sarah on a date tonight.
No, but how about they like make like snarky things like, oh yeah, you know, because like let's be honest, girls are cold like that. They're like, oh, you should come over again, and they're like, oh no, you know I can't be doing that. Like I got a girl now.
Come over again. So one of the people that he's been with.
Oh my god.
No, because he never slept with them. He just hangs around with girls.
Oh, but he hasn't slept with them, but they're acting like they have.
No, they're just like, oh yeah, you should come chill with us again. And then
I
he's
feel
like, nah.
He's just gay. Like he just loves. Why do you love hanging around with women that much? What are you doing? Like unless
you're saying
with them,
men
like,
and women can't be just friends platonically?
Like what, with 50 women, but like no guys?
No, they have guys friends. They're
just
popular with everyone.
And the girls are like, why don't you come over again? What, to do our nails?
I'll take that to be
Why are
fair.
you coming over?
Oh my god. Nah, women aren't real. Mythical creatures.
I have another question for you guys. Do you guys think that dating apps are ruining dating?
100%. There's levels, obviously. To
Yeah. Because we have two different experiences here. Just talk about it. Talk about it. We don't even pretend we're here. Just be doing your own thing.
Okay, put your point.
No,
forward.
go ahead, please.
For me, dating apps have ruined the dating experience because they literally make it a checklist thing. Like, oh, okay, this woman has this. Swipe right or swipe left. I've never used it, but literally, it makes it so it makes it like a machine. Like there's no organic conversation. There's no like you go to a bar, you like talk to a girl, you vibe. Like there's nothing of that. It's all just texting and like it's the same shit all the time. Very repetitive, I think.
I don't think it's ruined anything. I just think it's given people more opportunities to talk to people. Because, like, you said the whole bar, people approaching other people on the bar, in the bar. What if people are just shy and they're more comfortable behind a screen to, like, chat up people?
Yeah, no, 100%.
And I think if you can do that on a dating app, so be it. That's just giving you more access to talk to another person. So I don't think it's ruined anything. And but having said that, I just feel like having been around the people I have been, dating app I haven't really seen a relationship come out of people who have met on a dating app. I know it's heard of, but I've never personally met, so I don't know. Conflicting.
How about the whole thing of like dating apps are ruining relationships in the sense of like people aren't getting into relationships, ruining dating because people aren't getting relationships because there's too many options.
I was about to say that you're just swiping constantly. Like
everyone is like,
settling.
He's okay, but like there's like hot guy in like Australia, even though I've never been there, and he's like a 10 out of 10, and this guy's like 5. So you know, like kind of thing. Like it's giving people way too many options. So like people aren't, because before everyone had to like you had to pick literally the best out of the pool of where you are because you're like the fuck I'm not going nowhere, you know. But like now everyone has access to the internet where they're seeing cute guys, cute girls on TikTok everywhere and on everything, and they're like, oh yeah, I have all these options. So I have this massive long list of things he has to meet, even though in reality that's not really that possible because obviously people aren't monolithic, and like there are people, different people everywhere, and you're like mishmashing people from everywhere into one thing, massive list, and you're like, he has to hit this. No guy's ever gonna hit that. So it's ruining. Would you not say it's ruining dating in that sense because there's just too many options and people are just like picking no one because they want the best, but they will probably never get it.
But doesn't it really boil down to that individual person if you're saying nah, because I want the Australian who's 7'10" and all of that, but like I feel like that's picking on a particular persona or like a few pool of people who have expectations like that. At some point in time, come back to earth, get real, set your expectations straight, and like look for it. But I don't think it's a dating app that's doing that. Like you're maybe in a way, yes, you've been encouraged to look for the perfect person of the apple of your eye and everything. But like. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I'm leaning towards.
Yeah, because deep like Hinge is like build a bitch. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Like you can literally be like, I want this, this,
Yeah.
you know, literally like this, and you only show me that, and then it's like such a small pool of people. You know, and the algorithm literally even narrows it down to be like whatever.
Yeah.
So like now it's like, how the fuck is that not ruined dating? Because like you have such a massive pool of people, massive pool of competition that like, and everyone. No one like it's like constantly eating nice meals but never feeling satisfied. Like you always think, oh, that was nice, but like maybe the next one will be nicer.
And that's how the app profits actually. That's how the app profits, because you keep using the app, you keep dating.
Yeah, you know.
But yeah, no, I get that though. I do, because I don't know. I genuinely, maybe yes, it's been spoiled, guys. I'm sorry.
It is been spoiled. Yeah, that's all I was
Do you
wondering.
think there's a gender that has been more affected by online dating?
No.
Yeah, I do.
Really?
I think males have it so much harder.
Why?
Because like females have so much choice. Like, and I've seen like some of his friends scroll and they just go yes on every girl. Just go for it. And I think like there's so many females and guys are just willing to, you know, kind of like swipe right on a lot of, you know, other different ones. But females are so picky.
Yeah.
Like if his hairline's a little wonky, he's not the one. If he's like 5'9", he's not the one. And it's like, well, that person could have like an amazing personality. He could be the one for you, but because of that like screen and scrolling, you're not allowing him to be. So I think females have a lot more choice.
But I think there's no place for personality on a dating app. They're like female or male, like.
That's why it's ruining it, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So you
And
change
who
your
has
mind.
it easier?
I said it before.
Yeah, no, like I guess we can kind of build on. Do you think in the dating scene, forget about dating apps now, just dating in general, that women have it easier than men?
No.
100% they have it easier. What the fuck?
This conversation again.
Please
Come on.
Why-
elaborate.
why do you
I
think
love
this-
it.
Like in terms of what easier, in terms of having the kind of having more amount of male attention.
Discuss like dating scene. Who has it?
I
easy?
just think no, because like everybody's specific. Women, like okay, yes, women are picky, and then they have all these lists of height, hairline, blah blah and blah. But like, it doesn't mean if you're getting a lot. For example, I know this is a point you're gonna touch on. Like, oh, women get way more attention than males do, but like, not every attention is wanted attention. Like,
Agreed.
even if the dating pool is massive, you're still gonna have expectations. So it doesn't matter. So like, and then there's people who don't.
But doesn't that make it easier? If you get more attention, then you know what is
Oh
out
my
there.
god! But the behavior is never reciprocated.
Okay, like, but then just like once again, I'm not arguing your point or anything. I'm just saying like, how about this take the scenario in most cases where like women have all this intention. They literally have like for every like one girl a guy has as an option, a girl has like 100 guys, right? And she can literally go on dates with every single one of them if she wanted. Get a free meal, do whatever, get in, get out, whatever, and do whatever. Whereas the guy has to really put in like quote unquote work, leg room. He has to really grease the wheels, make sure that girl wants to date and whatever, and do everything. And he's like essentially carrying it. Would you agree with that? That like they're like dudes are trying harder to like get those dates, whereas a girl is like, I'm a girl, I have 100 guys, I choose who I want. Obviously, you have to like filter them, so on and so forth. But like filtering is not as much effort as trying to get someone as courting someone.
Yeah.
To talk to you.
Yeah.
In general.
Yeah, like, you know, like courting.
Sounds sad.
You know, it sounds sad, I know. But like courting a girl to go on a date with you, would you say is harder than just filtering through whether you
Like,
want to go on a date with a guy or
Put
not?
it this way. Have you ever approached the guy?
Yeah.
How many times?
I don't know.
Once? Twice?
Say twice.
Okay.
Have you ever asked them out on a date?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And how
And
many
like-
times have you been asked on a date?
I don't know.
Like
Right,
100
right.
plus
You love-
times.
Oh my god! Listen, but that's not. I'm just in my mind. I'm thinking it's effort both ways. Like I am a person who approaches guys, right? So it's effort from my side when I approach them, and it's effort from their side when they approach me. Why is it suddenly harder for the men to do this?
No. And once again, that's a very valid point. But like the amount of times you're approaching guys is definitely not as much as the guys who are doing the approaching. Like once again, you are approaching dudes and you're like talking to them, whatever, right?
Yeah.
Handful of dudes. Right, each of those dudes has probably done that like 100 times that one day. Like
exactly.
you know, so like, and you like, let's say would you find like obviously trying to court someone that you're interested in, like let's say it's a guy you're really interested in, you're trying to, it does take effort. It's not like a clean sailing, it takes effort, right? Now imagine that times 100, like you're literally trying that consistently. Like,
But
would
a
that
woman
not?
could do the same. She can be rejected. Like, okay, so
Girls are not getting rejected. Oh my! I hate that. Let's be honest. Like, and this isn't a woman's fault. This is guys' fault. Guys are bum. They will literally take any girl off the street. They don't give a fuck, right? So like, women don't get rejected because guys just give it up. They are easy. Guys are easy. So like there is no like women, and that's why women are terrible at taking rejection because they don't get rejected enough, right? Whereas guys are getting rejected left, right, and center every single day.
My job applications say different.
Oh my god. Roll back 2020. God, depressing years. But no, I don't know how to explain it. I just don't agree. I don't think men put in more effort.
I don't know how to explain it, but I disagree.
I disagree. And period. Please tell me your thoughts.
I don't know. I do think females have it easier. I do. Because they're willing to settle for anything. I think, like you said, and any bit of like attention, and this is what I've seen, right? With a lot of your guy friends, any bit of attention that kind of goes their way, they're like, I'm taking it. I'm jumping on that.
Yeah.
Because this is probably the only opportunity I get.
Yeah.
You know? It's
You know?
almost sad.
It's
But
almost-
like,
it's-
it is like that.
Like as you said, it's so funny. Like courtship is literally just like trying to get a girl to talk to you.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's like, please talk to me so I can maybe go on a date with you. You know?
For them, you have to qualify. I don't get to qualify.
Not the sales.
I'm like, I'll take whatever I get.
You know? Like girls are like, you know, he's actually been trying. That's cute. I'll go on a date with you. You know? For guys, like, please.
Why? I don't know why, but I feel like girls go through the same thing.
Oh,
Girl who?
I don't know. 'Cause
you are not. Let's be honest,
Actually,
you're not.
really depends on like where you come from, background and stuff. No, like
I don't know, man. And like, I don't think there's a single place in the world right now that women are out here courting multiple men. I just don't think so.
I don't think so either.
And
Especially, like,
and once again, this is
traditional-
just a failure on the male species because we just give women too much attention. Like guys put women on such a pedestal that like it's like women just have it easy because they're just like, I'll pick you and you.
Oh my god.
You know,
And you know what?
I've
it
been
is,
living
like-
on the wrong side of the planet.
No, because like, how many girls do you know struggling?
To get into a relationship?
Yeah, like
Well-
to get like male attention in general. Right? How many men do you know? For sure. Right.
None.
So even in even in your own little circle, it's kind of like it's like I'm not saying that men don't have standards, but it's kind of like that same thing that you said before, like. As the night progresses on the night out, the standards get lower and lower.
Yeah.
Right. And by the end of it, it's like I'll just take what I can get. Right.
yeah, no.
So it's just like females have so much choice.
Yeah, no, like dudes literally go into the, like, let's be honest, dudes go into the club like fucking feeling like Hercules and then come out like fucking Socrates. You know, defeated. They're literally crawling dirt poor, like, please. Anybody. The girl they gave the side eye to at the start, they're like, please.
yeah, I don't care.
Please. Because like they realize I'm not that shit.
That's actually sad.
You know? Whereas girls go in literally not, like a girl can go to a club and not give a shit about wanting to do anything, and then at the end like be like, all right, you, and done.
Yeah, literally.
Like, or look at those like videos you see of like girls going up to guys literally on the random street being like, oh, do you want a pipe? And then the guys are like, yes. And I'm like, I would say no for my own safety. But then I forget I'm like a guy who's been in a relationship for a long time and it's chill, you know? For dudes there who have been dry for like 5 years, they're like,
Yeah, it's
It's my
fuck,
time.
if she wants to sell my kidney, it's okay.
At least.
it's worth it. It's
Oh
worth
my god. Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stick by this though. I disagree.
Yeah. Until next time we have you on the show, when you bring some facts, to back
that
I'll
up.
prepare.
Yeah,
I'll
at the moment,
prepare.
Steve
I
was
wasn't
standing on a 1 foot.
allowed to prepare today, but
I mean, just based off,
okay. No.
your
That's
examples.
fine.
Yeah.
We live and we learn, guys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. But that's all the questions that I had for you guys today. So this is your opportunity now to take over and ask
Turn
any
the table.
questions or anything that we've discussed that you
Or
guys
bring
would
up
like to
topics.
bring up and touch on.
Are we freestyling now?
Yeah, freestyling, you know, off the script.
I'm gonna let you go first because my brain's not.
Actually, I have no questions. Right
No, that's fine to have no questions. Like, you know, it means that
let's keep it organic.
you know, keep those chats.
Organic,
you know?
meanwhile, me with the list.
Yeah, you
Making
know.
sure.
But no, like dating scene right now is kind of crazy. You know, I think it's probably the worst it's been in a long time, and I think, I blame that to two factors: the internet giving people false sense of reality, because what you see on the internet is not reality. Like, you see all these beautiful women and beautiful men, you're not getting that.
No.
Like, look into the mirror and then really just ask yourself, what do I
Reality
deserve?
check.
What do I
Listen,
deserve?
Mouna, as soon as you realize how starved men are, is when your boundaries for 50-50 will just be out the window. Like,
Yeah.
that won't matter anymore.
Yeah, you know, like,
Like-
they're starving out there, you know? And then, like, also, as you said, men are way too thirsty nowadays. I think back in the day, once again, there was a bunch of negatives, you know, because women didn't have anything. So, like, all the power was on the men's side, right? And, like, dudes were just, like, chilling. Like, you know, it's calm. You see a girl, you talk to her, whatever. And, you know, like, women, like, I think it was actually kind of flipped in back of the day. Like, girls were actually more trying to get into a relationship with dudes because they're like, I can't work. I can't do anything, so I literally can't survive without
There's
this
some
dude.
benefits to
You
it.
know, there are literal benefits. Now women are like, well, there's no real benefit unless, like, you're giving me a bunch of money. Like, I don't
Yeah,
give
but
a
it's
fuck.
also like,
you
I
know?
work, I can provide my own
Exactly.
stuff. I
That's
don't
what I'm
need
saying. Like, they
anything.
need to give you more than what you already have, right? And so, like, and then there are dudes who can meet up, and they're meeting up with that standard, and there are dudes who are just dying because they just don't want to meet up with that standard, and they're starving. And then because you're lonely, stand on the internet, you put all these girls on a pedestal. Like, let's be honest, you see it on TikTok all the time. A girl literally just stands there for like 10 seconds and she has like 1 million likes. It's like, what the fuck does she do? Nothing. But, you know, she thinks she's a model now because there was 100 neckbeards just fucking thirsting over her, right? You know, like, and that's the problem. You have a bunch of dudes who literally are just doing nothing, giving all these women validation for no reason, just because they're just pretty. That is all. And, like, it's like, move on with your life. And I think that's fucking up the dating pool so bad because people aren't respecting themselves and they're not being realistic to what they are. Because, like once again, there's nothing wrong with being like, oh, I want someone that's really, really pretty. I want whatever. But you also have to be realistic, being like, okay, where do I stand in this? Like, okay, I wanted someone really pretty. I'm not in the best shape of my life. I'm not bringing any money. I have nothing that would bring this person to me. But you know what? Internet has told me that they should love me for who I am. And that is it.
No.
I'm good enough. Delusional.
And it's simply not good enough.
It's not.
Oh.
You know, like, I don't think, like, and it can be a controversial thing. I don't think emotions are enough. I don't think it's enough to just be like, oh my God, but they're like really nice to me. The
That's so
fuck?
sad.
I can't pay for shit with niceness.
That's so sad.
You're not covering the bills.
Like, you know, like, you can't, like, I can't get shit out of that. It makes no sense.
So you think the internet is what's ruined the...
I think, yeah,
dating scene?
I think the internet has definitely ruined the dating scene. There's just, because people just have a false sense of, like, people don't ground themselves in reality. Like, there's so many, like, people I see, like, especially Gen Z, like my younger brothers and stuff, who are, like, so grounded in, like, the internet, and, like, they just think the internet is real life, but it's not. Like, you know, and it comes back to, like, the whole thing of, like, it's kind of formed that whole, like, toxic masculinity, toxic femininity kind of thing, where it's like you have all these blurred lines of people who are like, oh my God, women are like this, men are like this. But, like, you actually, if you go and touch grass, like, people aren't actually like that. It's just people on the
A lot more
it's
chill.
a lot more chill than people on the
That's why I
internet.
think the dating apps have kind of ruined like dating. Like if your intention on a dating app is just to like pipe, then that's calm. But like actual relationships, I think it's.
I don't think
kinda
it's
ruined that.
possible. Oh, let me stop myself right there. No, I think the internet's a weird place. The expectations are so high, and just because you said about your younger brothers, I see like my younger cousins on the internet and the way they act, and it worries me. I'm like, you have all these unrealistic expectations, and I see the things that they see on the, like, say, Instagram or TikTok, and it bothers me. Like, this is not real life. Like, there's so much more, and you have unrealistic expectations when it comes to, if you go on a dating app and you're like, I want perfect. That's wild.
Yeah, no, it's mad.
Yeah. I agree, and, like, I get a lot of content that's like, oh, if your partner just throws his cans in the bin, like, really dumb things that are about, like, oh, it's a red flag, and it makes you question your own relationship. And it's like, guys, like, hang on a second, this the partner that you have is a good person, he's good to you, and like this one thing doesn't mean anything, but it's like the internet just loves to bring all this negativity and like
it brings the worst out of
focus on
everybody.
it, so
It's
Do you
fucked.
guys not feel the internet has just become like this place where people just add shit?
Yeah,
There's
you know?
always a negative perspective to look
They
at.
want and my idea is people's lives are so shit. They want your lives to be shit too.
That
so
makes
they're
so
like,
much
That's Twitter.
they're like, yeah. No, they know they're lying, but they're gonna do it so that you get out of your happy relationship, so you can be suffering in silence like them.
But this actually reminds me of the whole Selena and Haley.
Oh my
Haley
god, that's
drama. But like,
stupid.
maybe there's drama, maybe there's no drama. But the way people are reading into things at this point, they're like, oh, it's so minute and minuscule, and it blows up into a whole 10-minute video. How are you doing this? It's so crazy.
I don't know. I love following it though. Like
I will watch it.
I love
That's
watching
part of the
it,
problem,
but
you know.
yeah, I know, but I'm
because you
not.
promoted it.
That's the thing, and then more videos are gonna come up. More videos are gonna come up. But I promote the hate that like either of these girls are getting, like personal attacks. No, I would never do
Indirectly, you do.
you know?
Like because by watching them consistently, it
Creating
then
revenue.
it-
That. That's not
algorithms
true.
puts
That's
it to
not
more
true,
people,
because
so on and so
I've
forth.
seen different perspectives for different
Yeah,
person,
yeah, I've
different
seen.
people supporting different people. So it's not like I'm a this side.
No,
this
no,
side. I just
absolutely.
want to hear about it. I want to hear
But
about
it's
it.
just like that's the thing about the internet is like the algorithm feeds like the more people watch something, the more it's gonna put things. And let's be honest, the things that get pushed the most are negative things because people
Oh, they feed
react
off
to
of
it.
it.
You know, are drawn to
Yeah.
it. They react to it. So like I think the internet is definitely
Yeah.
fucked up. The
That's
dating
why
scene.
all the clips from this are gonna blow up because it's gonna be so controversial.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no. Like I know I'm gonna get flamed on this one, but it's calm. So like you're gonna
What's
watch
For
it.
the
View, like-
Like
views.
views are views, bro.
Yeah.
You're the sucker. Not me. I'm actually chilling.
Get
You're the
those
one.
numbers.
You're the one crying behind the fucking computer screen. Like I never understood the whole like, oh my god, they're bullying me. Just close the laptop and go.
Yeah,
you.
no.
Like
Cyberbullying.
like a cyberbullying.
Turn off
The
your
hell is
phone.
The fuck is that? Just turn off the phone. Block them. Like it exists for a reason.
Yeah,
You have the
literally.
resources.
But yeah, that was it for today's episode.
Yeah, no, it was really
Thank
good
you,
chatting to you
guys.
guys. We had a really
Thank
good
you.
Felt like 2
episode.
minutes.
You know, yeah, for real. We've been talking for a long time, but it went quick. You know, it's gonna be good. I hope you guys enjoy watching yourselves back and showing your family and friends. Maybe not certain parts of these. You know,
My mom skip over the middle.
but like, yeah, no, and I hope you guys have a good time, and I hope they had a good time too.
I hope so too.
Hope you liked
And-
our guests.
You know, like if you guys want to see them again, let us know. If you don't, we'll never have them again.
That's fine.
So if you guys never get invited on, it's not because we didn't want
Okay,
you.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
because
okay.
they
Yeah.
didn't want you
Yeah.
to.
Fair enough.
So yeah.
We'll leave it
Like,
to the peeps.
subscribe, comment, follow, all the good stuff. Till next time.
Peace.